Good morning. So I woke up with a couple things that I wanted to say. Um, um, First of all, as I sit here once again under the weather, ill, hacking up quarts of mucus, um, I just wanted to, the fact that I am getting sick like this more than usual when prior I hardly got sick. And it seems like now I'm getting sick like back to back. And that's only due to the fact that my endocrine system has been severely compromised um, by food. And because I don't smoke, I don't do anything like that not anymore, to cause mucus buildup like this. Um, the only thing that has changed in the past 2 years, 2 or 3 years, I would say, is my diet. Um, I've been eating probably more mucus producing foods than usual. I'll just say that. And it's really just making me, because prior it seems like I was eating more fruit, I was eating more vegetables. I hardly do that now. And I think it's because of work. It's kind of like, I don't want to make that an excuse. That should not be an excuse, but I do work a lot. Um, and it's kind of hard in the area that I'm in, to find a good farmer's market, for one. Um, a place where you can get some good fruit that's not, you know what I mean, that's good fruit. And just getting to those places to get it. Um, it's just my schedule hasn't been, you know, it hasn't been in favor of doing that. Because when I get off work, I'm tired. And that's a problem, though, because I don't want to be like that. So, that's what, like, first of all, I just want to talk about that. Like, diet's going to have to change drastically. Because this is ridiculous. I thought it was some major stuff like bronchitis or something. Like, there's no way. There's no way. But I think it's definitely just my diet. I had to look back at what changed, like what's causing me to feel like this, like a lot more. And it's my diet. Prior to now, I'm around a lot more people a lot as well. So, like I said before, I was in isolation. I was literally by myself. Um, and when I did work, I wasn't around a lot of people either. I worked in like a small restaurant where there's like two other people in there with me. So now it seems like I'm just around a lot more people now. And excuse me. And also, it's just really my diet. So I think I'm either going to I'm gonna have to become vegetarian. I'm gonna have to do that, or just, I don't know, I'm gonna have to just be a little more conscientious of what I eat. I might not have to go the route as far as not eating meat. I think it's more of the dairy that's causing this. Because beef doesn't give me any issues. That's one of my favorite meats as far as that go, poultry and stuff like that goes. But beef is my favorite, and one of my favorites. I like lamb as well, but I don't get my hands on lamb enough. So, and lean beef at that. So I don't think it's the meat as much as it is the dairy, like the eggs, the milk. I've been drinking a lot more coffee, and I've acquired a taste for it. Over time, I've acquired a taste for. I've been drinking decaf. I don't like caffeine, so I've been drinking that every day. I drink a coffee damn near every day, and I feel like that has contributed to the compromisation, if that's a word, or my endocrine system being compromised, or immune, whichever you want to call it. I focus on the endocrine because I feel like that is what transports your fluids, and you know what I mean. I've needed a lymphatic massage a couple of times, a few times since moving. My body would swell, and it would hurt just from touching. So that's definitely a sign of you need to move that lymphatic fluid in your body, and because it causes really painful swelling. So I've just been realizing that. But I just want to talk about that. So yeah, there's gonna be a diet change. I've been eating a lot of dairy lately, a lot. And I'm tired of it. I don't like feeling sick. I don't like being sick. I had to call out of work today, so I just lost some more money. I don't like that. So if like something gotta change, and that's gonna be the first thing. And I have been keeping track of the things that I eat and how it affects my body, just to see what is triggering this mucus production. I almost went to the Cavite, I don't want to go there, but it can go in either way for me, because I'm physical and spiritual, and I feel like no, I don't want to go there. I'm not gonna go there because I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna feed or give power to that energy if it is happening to me. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna feed it. Never mind. So the next thing I wanted to say right quick, this is gonna be a short video. Next thing I wanted to say was I also was, and I had a crazy experience, astrally with these people, but like Carbon Nation, Nature Boy. One of the things that I could say, like, I don't know this man personally, but just watching him, excuse me, you see that? I'm ready to cough all that up, but I'm on camera. I probably shouldn't have recorded. But one thing, so I'm gonna wrap this up quick. One thing that I would like that he was getting at was, taking your triggers on head on, like, dealing with your triggers head on. So anything that triggers you is kind of like putting yourself in that situation so you can deal with it and gain a higher perspective from it. So it not only kind of like changes the DNA or changes something within you cellularly, but, and also for your future, if you have children or you want to have children, it could, it kind of like changes that that response to that stimuli for your generations to come, almost. So because I feel like people should be kind of free flowing and allowing not life to happen, but allowing situations that say the universe or God wants us to be put in, and not have so much resistance, but learning from the situation. So if you're being put in a situation over and over again, it's like maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe you have to experience that too, so that you can, like I said, gain a higher perspective from it and just deal with it. You know what I mean? So it's not triggering you anymore. Now, you could also say it's on the other side of the spectrum where maybe that trigger is a protection mechanism for you so that you won't put yourself in a negative situation. It could be that too, but like polygamy was one of those main things in his camp and in his group that the women struggle with. The sharing of him or the sharing of a man. I feel like a lot of women are triggered by that. Now, I don't want to say, oh, we all just need to be polygamous and experience it and gain a different perspective. I'm not saying that, but I am as well. Um, or just anything. Anything, any situation that triggers you, like, say, for instance, excuse me, gross. So, like, for instance, what triggers me? What's one of my triggers? I don't want to tell nobody because then I don't want nobody trying to trigger me now, you know? But that's what he was that's what he was doing in Carbonation was like, I'm triggered. Your triggers, don't run away from that. Like you hear I just said, I don't want to deal with that. You shouldn't have that mindset. You should be like, nah, I'm going to deal with it and figure out what you know what I mean? Why I was feeling triggered and just, like I said, gain a different perspective from it. What's one of my triggers? My brain ain't letting me think, so I'm not going to say nothing. So, it could be anything that triggers you. Polygamy is one thing that does trigger me, though. That's like just the sharing of a man being grouped together with other women for one man, being sharing one thing, one person, one anything. Sharing anything of mine that I consider mine is a trigger for me. That's why I had this thing growing up where I was like, don't touch my stuff unless you ask me. Like, I don't like when people do that. I don't know why I have that thing, but I don't like when people touch my things without asking me. You know what I mean? Don't do that. I don't like that. It's mine. Don't touch it. Especially if I worked for it. Don't touch my stuff. That's how I am. And it triggers me when even like my belongings, like I'm living in a shared home where there's I have other roommates, and we have a shared kitchen, of course, and I have my own pots and stuff. I kind of like separate them, and I do that for a reason. First of all, because those are my pots, and I just feel like I put my energy into those, and I don't want nobody putting theirs into it either. Those is like my spoons, my pots, and stuff like that. That's a no. Certain bowls that I'm collecting, first of all, I don't want nobody touching. You know what I mean? It's just things that I find that are precious to me or that are important to me. I don't want nobody else putting their energy onto it. So that's one of the things. And then when I come home and I see that a pot has been used or something like that, I kind of get like irritated. Like, wow, I told you not to touch my stuff. Like, but then I'm like, just a pot. Don't just let it go. I'm not going to get angry. But I do. I get irritated. Even growing up with my sister, she would want to use or, wear a belt or something of mine, I would get triggered, you know what I mean? Like, ask me before you decide to just take it off the hanger. What if I wanted to wear it today? Like, I don't know. It's just how I am. So sharing of a man where I'm putting a lot of my energy into, first of all, in a very different way. And also, you got feelings of abandonment. You got all those issues that you have to deal with. The abandonment issues. That's the main one when it comes to that. Like feeling like put off, kind of, or forgotten. If you have a man that got a bunch of women, I feel like it's easy for that man to forget at least one woman. You know what I mean? You're not giving this woman enough attention. And again, that could be a childhood thing of mine, a trigger of mine that I'm bringing to my real life. But I don't know if that means I should put myself in a situation with other women or people where I feel like I'm being overlooked, or there's a possibility I could be overlooked, and just dealing with that, healing that abandonment issue. I'm not sure though, but I like the fact that I like that idea of dealing with the things that are triggering you head on, and moving on from it, you know what I mean, or gaining a different perspective so it don't trigger you no more. Because like stuff like abandonment issues and stuff like that can really hinder you and hinder your progress as a human being. And it could cause a lot of issues as well. Excuse me. In your friendships, in your relationships, whatever. it can also make you do the opposite of putting yourself in a group, like isolating yourself. Like instead of feeling abandoned, instead of putting myself in a situation where I might be abandoned, I'm just not gonna deal with nobody, and I'm gonna just stay to myself. That way, I'm eliminating the risk of feeling abandoned. So that's one of the reasons why you shouldn't. Isolation is good when it's for growth, when you have to separate yourself from the crowd, from people, in order to get to know yourself, hear God, um, you know what I mean, center yourself, and go through an awakening. Because going through a spiritual awakening is very heavy. It's a trip. I would say that it's like a trip. It's like however long your awakening is, it's like a mushroom trip on steroids or something, like ayahuasca. I've never done ayahuasca, but I have done mushrooms before. Um, it's not even like on mushrooms. I didn't have. Well, I did. I went on a trip during mushrooms. Um, I might make another video about that, but because I had one crazy experience and it kind of scared me, and it definitely was in relation to me, and what I do to myself, and yeah, it was definitely. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I did take a trip. Um, but yeah, I just want to talk about that. That was just on my mind, like that trigger thing, like taking your heading, dealing with your triggers head on instead of pushing them away and running from them. And like I would isolate myself so I don't have to deal with none of that. Push myself away from a person or anything, you know what I mean, instead of dealing with whatever I've gone through, you know what I mean, and either talking about it, expressing my emotions about it, or just allowing myself to experience it, you know what I mean. um um that's it for now, because I'm sniffling and I want to get this out of my lungs. I've literally been hacking up mucus. I don't like blowing my nose too much because it causes like tissue burn. I get tissue burn, especially with the amount of times that I'm blowing my nose. So I kind of like, I want to cough it up. So that's what I've been doing. And it's a lot. I've gone through almost 2-3 rolls of tissue doing this right now. It's crazy. So that's what something gotta change. I'm changing my diet expeditiously because I'm tired of feeling like this. I just got over this. I was feeling like this probably earlier this month. So I'm like, why am I sick again? Like, why is it reoccurring? I almost got like, I'm gonna go there and like, why am I sick again? The same thing. Usually once I get sick, I'm good for a while. If I get sick, I'm good for a while. But this is like back to back, so I don't know. It could be energy. I hope nobody trying to make me sick, you know what I mean? Trying to put energy out there, you know. I feel like I do have haters. I don't know why, but I feel like I do. You know what I mean? People low key. And I know I do because I be feeling the energy and I see people's body language. I know I do. But I hope nobody throwing no spell work at me and stuff like that, trying to make me sick. And like I said, the only way that you can allow yourself to experience sickness, or allow yourself to, if somebody's doing that type of energy work for you by talking negatively about you, the only way it'll succeed is if you give into it by way of allowing yourself to do something to allow that thing to happen. For instance, if somebody wants you to break out and they want to affect your skin, you're going to start eating sugar. You're going to start eating a lot of different nasty things that's going to cause you to break out. You know what I mean? You're going to be you're going to allow yourself to stress. You're going to allow yourself to, in environments that will cause you to stress out, that will compromise your health. I want to say that, your health. So I feel like that's what I've done, because I've been eating things that probably aren't good for me at the moment or at all. Especially now, I feel like I'm becoming more sensitive to the things that I eat. My body's a lot more sensitive. My energy is. So I need to like flow with that. And it's time to let go certain eating habits. And plus I want to lose some weight again. Um, I'm ready to, I like being slim but not skinny, if that makes sense. I like being agile and flexible and light on my feet, so to speak. I like a cat. So right now I do be feeling a little heavy. Um, I'm bloated a lot. That's one of the major things. Like I'm bloated so bad, and it's so often to the point where it's almost like I look pregnant sometimes. Like that's a no. So I'm like, yeah, it's time to change my diet. That's one of the biggest indicators if you're experiencing that type of bloating with everything I eat. Everything that I eat, I bloat so bad. So I'm like, yeah, I might have to go. I'm gonna have to become very strict on what I eat for a little while, um, and just get my body acclimated to a different diet and eliminate some things that I actually really like to eat. Um, Only because my body's not agreeing with it, not because there's anything wrong with it, but everybody can't eat certain things. You know what I mean? Um, I go off of God's diet that He gave to us, not man's. You know, people saying that the vegan diet is the better diet and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't. And my meditations, right? One thing I heard was, um, veganism is. Damn, I wrote it down. I think it's on this phone that I'm recording on, but man in his lower self, this is not verbatim, but man in his lower self wants the vegan diet because he is a beast in his lower self. So of course he's not gonna want to eat other beasts. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I thought of, or that's what came to mind when I was in meditation. I heard it, or I don't know if it was in my heart first. I don't know, but yeah, I heard that. I felt that, and I heard in my heart that man in his lower state is vegan because he is a beast in his lower state, when his lower self. You know what I mean? He's a beast, so of course he's not gonna wanna eat other beasts. So he's gonna eat you know vegetables and stuff that is not meat. Um, I don't know how that correlates. I don't know. Like I said, I just felt it in my heart. I wrote it down. And I was like, that's interesting. Because you see how God, He wanted a sacrifice of burnt meat. He liked burnt meat as one of His offerings. I know y'all, like some people in the Black community like to have altars and they like to feed their ancestors and stuff like that. Well, God had a thing too like that where He wanted, we used to give Him burnt offerings. Not only that, but the incense, the frankincense that you see, we would burn that and also offer Him burnt meat. But man, this place whatever. But yeah, so that's why I'm like, what is it about us eating meat in our higher self? Because I vibrate high. That's why I'm like, I don't, being vegan, because I used to be vegetarian for like 2 or 3 years. Like right after I graduated high school, I started becoming I started my vegetarian journey. And it didn't make me feel any less or any more. You know, it was just like a diet change. Like I was just, okay, I don't eat meat. I ate a lot of carbs and that made me gain weight. So I didn't lose weight or anything like that. But yeah, like veganism doesn't encourage enlightenment or anything like that. It's not, you have to act, that takes a lot of work to become enlightened. It takes a lot of inner work. You got to dig out so much stuff. So much stuff is going to come out to the surface you got to deal with. I almost lost my mind. I almost lost my mind during my awakening. I almost lost it. But I found myself. But yeah, it doesn't cause enlightening or anything. I'm changing my diet because my body is not agreeing with certain foods. That's the only way. If I do become vegetarian or vegan again, that's the reason why. Like, I can't eat. It's a lot of stuff on this earth that's fake. The food is fake. It's extremely processed. There's so many different ingredients in simple foods that shouldn't have that many ingredients. And it's like, I think that's what my body is having an allergic reaction to. That's what it feels like. So I'm gonna have to change my diet because of that. Like, I love eggs. I love milk. Um, I love bread. I love pancakes. I love all that stuff. You know what I mean? But I can't eat it. And we used to eat stuff, pancakes, milk, and eggs. That's nothing. That's not bad. Um, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to change certain things. I'm gonna definitely, like I said, really start looking at what is truly affecting me and what's making me bloat first of all, and then because that's just gonna aid in with the mucus as well, I feel like. But what's making me bloat, what's making me feel like that, what's causing all this mucus in my body, because I've coughed up so much yellow infected mucus. So it's either obviously an infection. That's why I was thinking, like, is it bronchitis? Like, you know, I got bronchitis because I did used to smoke a lot. And maybe it's just catching up to me now that I've stopped, and now it's like, okay, cool. Now I can hack all this shit up that you done, you know what I mean? Or what? Or is it, I don't know. I have theories, and like I said, I'm gonna keep those to myself, because nobody can affect my life in that way. But anyway, um, so yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I had a call out today, so I'm just gonna be in here laying down, resting, healing up, and yeah, take care of yourself, love yourself, and y'all have a good day.